We might be biased, but we think that traveling in a camper van is the absolute best way to see Iceland. Not only can you get further off the beaten path and wake up in some absolutely gorgeous places, but you can save a lot of money.
Being that we build 2 camper vans ourselves, we like to think that we know a little bit about traveling around in a camper van.
Yeah, and when it comes to finding a rental in Iceland, it can be a little bit overwhelming. There are tons of companies out there. A lot of them are great. Today in this video, we are gonna share a full tour of our camper van. We're also gonna let you in on why we chose to go with this company, Happy Campers. And we're gonna throw in some of our own insider tips for what to pack and kind of some little known things that you might not otherwise know about camper van travel. As always, we have way more information on our website than we can go into in this video. So if you're planning your own camper van trip in Iceland, definitely go check that out and save it for later because it is gonna be super helpful. So without further ado, let's get started. When it comes to choosing a camper van in Iceland, there are lots of companies out there and it could almost be a little bit overwhelming. So we wanted to share a couple reasons that we chose Happy Campers.
Tell me why!
So number one, they are a small Icelandic run business and we really like supporting local companies when possible. So that was definitely a plus for us. Second of all, we were really impressed with their customer satisfaction. We were reading all sorts of rave reviews and we're also really impressed by how they handled customer service.
Tell me why!
If there was an issue, it did seem like they tried to resolve it. Third of all, Happy Campers has quite a range of vehicles that they offer, and we found that their layouts seemed to work really well for what we needed.
Woo!
And lastly, Happy Campers seemed to be pretty reasonably priced compared to some of the other brands on the market.
I want it that way. Ah, chills. Literal chills.
And so those are just 4 quick reasons why we chose Happy Campers. You definitely want to start doing your research early because in Iceland, camper van rentals do book up quite a bit in advance. So look into a bunch of different companies, compare them, and see which one is going to work best for you. Again, we have more resources on our website, which we will link below, that will hopefully help you decide the best camper van rental for you.
Let's start with the boring part, the cab of the camper van. This camper van here is a manual transmission, so we'll have to be shifting the gears as we go. Happy Campers does have manual and automatic in most of their fleet, so you can choose which one you want when you reserve your car.
Make sure you know which kind you're reserving because I do not know how to drive manual, so Ben has had to drive this entire trip.
It's been pretty great.
Since Ben has been in the driver's seat the whole time, I have been the navigator, and one of the things that I love most about this van is this lovely tablet navigation system. And Happy Campers actually has their very own app design, so you can plug in destinations and it will bring you straight there. It also has a service built in here, which you can hotspot to your phones and devices. It has been really, really great. Another kind of cool feature is that you can chat with Happy Campers. So today we just had an alarm or like a little alert come up on our dashboard. So we were able to chat them and see if it was a big deal. And as you can see, they got back to us right away. In addition to the tablet, we actually also have this little hotspot device. This is super handy for when we're going on hikes or going outside of our camper van. It would be kind of annoying to carry this whole tablet around, so we can bring this little pocket guy in our backpacks and have Wi-Fi on our hikes so we can post to Instagram or do any of the stuff that we need to do online. This is an additional thing that you can rent from the company. It doesn't come with the vehicle, but just kind of a fun little extra to have.
Moving on, this seat actually swivels, which gives us more room in the back of the van for sitting.
All right, let's talk about the kitchen. It's a pretty basic setup, but it really has everything you need. So right here, we've got a sink that is operated with a hand pump. I'll show you how it works.
But then it actually drains down onto the ground. That's why it's really important to wash your dishes with biodegradable soap.
Down here, we've got a 1-burner hob that works for cooking anything you really want to cook. These 4 storage containers are super handy because they keep basically all of our stuff in this camper van. In this one right here, we've got the silverware that came with the camper van. We brought some of our own spices from home. I'm obsessed with everything but the bagel seasoning. It came with, you know, pots, plates, mugs, all the good stuff that you really need, even a can opener. We've been using the other drawers for storage for things like our food, our dry goods, our snacks, and our toiletries and random assortment of items. Kind of a little tip here, and this is not necessary for everyone, but we packed our own jet boil from home. We had to buy the propane for it here because you can't fly with it. This just helps us boil water faster in the morning for making coffee while also making something on the stove. It's just been really nice. We also went on some long hikes where we wanted to have a hot meal, so we were able to bring this with. You might have noticed I changed chairs. That's because this swivel seat is awesome for sitting on, super comfortable, gives us access to this whole back of the van, but it's a bit hard to sit and actually cook from there. Pro tip, we actually rented this camp chair from Happy Campers. It's an additional small rental fee, but it makes cooking so much easier. Instead of like squatting or kneeling, we can sit here and actually cook on the stove or wash dishes. One last thing to point out in the kitchen is this charging station. So right here you can see how much voltage we have left on our battery, and right here we've got we have one 12-volt plug and then one with USB. We actually brought this guy from home to give us some extra charging stations. And lastly, you'll notice this little dial here. This is for our Webasto heater, and it's actually super powerful. We just turn it on and it heats this whole place up super quickly. I mean, it is a small space. Even on the coldest, dreariest, rainiest days outside, it stays really nice and cozy in here with that heater. And now I'm gonna turn the camera over to Ben so that he can explain the bed setup.
I get to make the bed every day. All right, before I set up the bed, I want to show you what's underneath this seat, because this is where we store all of our clothes and our towels to keep this whole place nice and neat. So to open up the seat, we have to tilt it forward. There's a lever over here. Push down the lever, pull up the seat. You can let it lay flat. And as you can see, we have our nice and neatly organized packing cubes that never get messy. Wink, wink. Pro tip. Packing cubes are essential when traveling in a camper van. It keeps your stuff nice and neatly organized. You can have your shirts in one, your pants in the other, and your socks and underwear in a third. And it's just a great way to keep everything nice and tidy underneath the seat. Now I'm going to transform this bench seat into our bed.
Ta-da! We've been getting some questions about how comfortable the bed is in here, and I'll be honest, it's not the most comfortable bed we've ever slept in. Our camper van at home is built with like a foam mattress, and we absolutely love it.
It's pretty plush.
However, I'm currently 6 months pregnant, and I've been getting some excellent nights of sleep in this van. So I think that in itself should tell you that this bed will be comfortable enough for your trip to Iceland. To be honest, I was a little nervous that there wouldn't be enough storage in this van, but it turns out there's plenty. There are tons of hooks on both sides of the van, and these little net bags where we can store some other random little things. A couple items that I'll quickly point out are this hanging toiletry case. I don't remember the brand, but I'm sure you can find things similar to this. It's really handy to just have all of your stuff ready to go. Another item that's been really helpful in this van is this solar lantern. It takes up literally no space in your suitcase, and it helps keep the van lit at night. Overall, we've been extremely happy with this Happy Camper, but there are a few things that we should point out as you're making the decision which camper van is best for your Iceland road trip. One thing to really consider is the height of the roof. Our first camper van that we built had a low roof just like this, and we lived in that camper van for 3 months, got by just fine. But after 3 months, we knew that we wanted a higher roof. The camper van that we currently have has a high roof, so coming back to the low roof is a bit of a transition. It's a little bit hard to get dressed in the morning, but it's something that you kind of get used to, and it hasn't really been that big of an inconvenience. But
It's even worse for a pregnant lady.
by the way, the Happy 3 has a high roof. Another thing to consider or to keep in mind is that this camper van does not have a toilet inside.
What?
However, it's really not that big of a deal. Again, I'm 6 months pregnant and I've made it just fine. All of the campgrounds that you'll be staying in have toilets, and pretty much all the rest stops, all the attractions, all the hiking trails will have toilets as well. But that's just another thing to consider as you're trying to pick out which camper van rental is best for you. Lastly, we've already touched on this, but this particular vehicle is a manual. If you only know how to drive automatic like me, you kind of want to keep that in mind as you're choosing your vehicle. Again, Happy Campers has multiple vehicles that are automatic. We just selected the manual and now Ben has to drive. So those are 3 things though to just keep in mind as you are trying to make the decision of which camper van rental is best for you.
Our model of Happy Camper is a Happy 2. There's also a Happy 1, which is a little bit smaller, and there's also a 3 and a 4, which are a little bit bigger. The 4 has 4x4, which allows you to travel on F-roads. Now I'll show you the view in the back. We're currently still in bed mode right here, but you can see underneath the bed there's tons of storage space for all of your luggage to fit underneath. It also comes with curtains that keep the light out at night. Now that we've given you our van tour, let's talk about where you can camp in Iceland.
So you can't camp anywhere. Back in 2015, Iceland actually made laws that regulate wild camping. So while you might be used to camping wherever you'd like to in your home country or in other countries around the world, that's just not the case in Iceland.
No.
So if you're in a camper van or a rooftop tent, you actually, by law, need to be camped in a designated camping area, or you could get written permission from a landowner, which could take a little bit of time and a little bit of digging. So let's go over what you can expect at a typical Icelandic campground.
While every campsite is different, they range in price from 1,300 to about 2,000 krona per person per night.
That's about $10 to about $16. And we should note there are some that are cheaper. We've even found a couple of free campsites around Iceland, but on average, that's kind of what we've been paying. Every single campground is going to have toilets. So that's just a given. Most camper van rentals do not have a toilet inside. So that's something that's really important to know. So most campgrounds have garbage bins, making it super easy.
Insider tip, bring your own garbage bags from home. Pretty much all campsites in Iceland will have a water fill station where you can take a hose and fill up the tank in your van. To fill up your water tank, you can either take out the entire tank and fill it up at the tap, or you can unscrew the cap and fill it up with the hose from the tap.
Additionally, there's usually a place where you can dump if you need to. Some camper vans like ours just dump straight to the ground. Most campsites that we found have showers, and importantly, hot water showers, which is super nice even on an August day in Iceland, because guys, sometimes in Iceland, August is still pretty dang cold. Sometimes at campgrounds you will have to pay an additional fee to use the showers, but more often than not, we've found that they've been included in the price.
Many campsites have a kitchen included, or at least a place to wash your dishes.
Yeah, so you don't always have to be cooking in your camper van. That said, there have been several campsites we've stayed at where there weren't really kitchen facilities or it was super crowded. So that's also a good thing to note. Unlike some campsites around the world where you have a designated site that's kind of private and secluded and just for you, typically in Iceland, campgrounds are a big, wide open camping area that anyone can park in. This is, you know, slightly different than you might be used to at home. Definitely for us being used to camping in the US, where you have your own campsite, it is different. However, it's kind of nice because they're not gonna really run out of room. We are traveling in Iceland right now in August, which is peak tourist season. We have never once had a reservation at a campsite, and we have never once been turned away. So the big wide open field, while not super scenic necessarily all the time, it's not the worst setup.